Okay, everyone, I wanted to share with you my 30-minute Scentsy parties that I am now doing. They are quick and easy. So time is money. If you follow me, you know that I'm always trying to treat my business like a business and to make money doing so. So I wanted to share with you my 30-minute parties that I'm doing. First of all, I arrive at the event. Usually my event starts at 7 o'clock or 7:30. If you are interested in how I do my hostess coaching, be sure to watch my hostess coaching video. I will link it below so that you can see that. But really realize that your host is your business partner for the party. So I've already let my host know that I will arrive about 5 minutes before the party begins. And the reason I do that is because it's very important for me to show people how easy it is to do my job. So I will arrive, and this is what I will take with me. One bag. So you may recognize this bag, and you may recognize the contents of this, and I'll take you through it now. So this is how it's going to go. I basically introduce myself. Hi, I'm Jenn Martins. I have been a Scentsy consultant for almost 12 years. I absolutely love my job. I'm so grateful that Sally decided to host a party today, and I'm really grateful that you decided to come tonight. Did any of you bring a friend? So if somebody says that they brought a friend, I will give them a small token of appreciation. So that could look something like a Twix bar from the dollar store. A Twix bar has 2 bars in it, so they brought themselves and they brought a friend. So I will give them each a Twix bar, just as a little thank you for bringing a friend, okay? Inexpensive, very simple, and it kind of starts the party off really well. So I introduce myself, thank them for coming. I let them know how I met their host. So I probably met Sally from Sue's party last week, and that's how we got to know each other. And I'm so grateful that she decided to host a party, because parties are the heart of my Scentsy business. So then what I'm going to do is I'll explain that I'm going to pass around all of the products for them to touch and see, so that they can see each of the products up close. I'm going to pass it around the circle, and when it makes its way back to me, I'll put it down. And then after I have shown all of the products that I have brought with me, I will hand out catalogs at that time. So after I do my little presentation. So the reason why that's so important is that they are expecting me to show up and do my job. And so I want to take charge. I want to set the agenda, set the tone for what they can expect for the evening. So this is how I would start. I will say, so I was introduced to Scentsy a little over 12 years ago. This is a Scentsy warmer. How it works is there is a dish and there is a light bulb inside, and the light bulb warms the dish and melts wax. So then I will show them the wax. So I will explain to them how this works. This is a ceramic warmer. These holes are just to let that light bulb breathe so it doesn't overheat. Our wax actually never gets hot enough to burn. It just warms. That's why they're called warmers and not burners. So they will warm the wax, and when somebody doesn't smell anything anymore, that's when it's time to change the wax. So in my home, we usually change our wax every Wednesday, but we do want to change it as soon as you don't smell anything anymore. You can feel free to change it. Now, the other nice thing about our warmers is that on the dish, it's going to be hard to see, I think, on here. It's not going to show, but there is a number 4. And so I will pass this around and I'll say, can somebody who has the warmer, can you hold up and tell me what the number is on the bottom of the dish? And they will say, oh, it's a number 4. And I'll say, thanks. That is because it can hold up to 4 cubes of wax. So I will go through and I will explain to them how the wax, you break it off like an ice cube tray. You can put in as many cubes as you want, up to 4 for this particular warmer. I recommend 1 in a mini warmer. I actually liked using just 1 personally, just so that I can change it more often. I also let them know that our wax will never get hot enough to burn, so it never goes away. They have to change the wax. I will explain how they change it. They can use paper towel, they can use a cotton ball, or they can use our cotton cleanups. So I will let them know that that's how you change the wax. I'll also let them know that you never want to add a fresh cube to a used cube, because it's sort of like adding fresh pop to old pop. It does not re-energize the old pop to be like nice and fresh and sparkling again. It just actually makes both of them dull, which is the same thing with our wax. So that goes around the room, makes its way back. Probably wondering, I normally would be using my classic Curve gray warmer, but every time I have it, I sell it. So I just grabbed another one just for this video to demonstrate how I do that. So I'm going to pass that around. Then I'm going to pass the bar around. So I want people to be able to open this, smell it. So Black Raspberry Vanilla is one of our most popular fragrances in Canada. And it is in our favorites for all of our catalogs. It's really, really yummy. There's 3 notes. There's your top note, your mid note, and your base note. What you smell when you smell it cold is that top note. And as it warms, the mid notes and the base notes will come through. So I pass that around. So why am I passing this around? This is actually really important, because when somebody holds something in their hand, they don't want to give it up. They take, psychologically, they take ownership of that product. Okay, so pass it around the room. I'd let them know I'm going to answer any questions at the end. So I pass it around, and then I'll say something like, now, if you like taking fragrance with you on the go, we do have this little mini fan diffuser. So how this works is it comes with its own little USB cord. So anywhere that you have a USB, you can plug that in. So whether that's your laptop or at your desk at your work, or you could take this with you in your car. This is a great little tool to have. You can, take this anywhere that you have a USB access. So then I will show them what comes with that. That's with a pod. So our pods go in there. I'll open it up. I'll smell. So I can put it in either, this way, or you can do it that way. It doesn't matter. There's no right or wrong, whatever they're comfortable with, whatever they like. But the fragrance is listed right there on the pod. So if they run out, they can let me know what they want to have the next time. And pods come in a pack of 2. So I will pass around the mini fan. I will pass around the pod pack. Okay, so again, you want them to see it, feel it, get a sense for what it's actually like. We also have things that you can take, have in your washroom or in your purse. This is our hand soap. It's fantastic. I do recommend that you open that, try it on your hands. You'll see it's a non-greasy formula, which is wonderful. We also have hand soap. Our hand soap is fantastic. It just does such a nice job cleaning, and your hands will smell great. Going back to our go items, this is a cute little thing to have. Great for Father's Day or for Christmas, stockings, whatever. This is our Scentsy car bar. These are really handy. They just hang from your mirror. I actually love having these. And then the last thing, you may or may not know that we actually have a line of cleaning products. So this is our counter clean, and I especially really love to have this for my stainless steel appliances. It works fantastic on our stove, on our dishwasher, and on our fridge. It just keeps those little hand marks away, handprints away. And then so what I'll do is I'll have it come back to me. And then it's hard for you to see here. Let me see if I can move this. So I have everything listed there, showing there. I've collected everything back, so everyone's held everything. Everyone gets a feel for what, how much product they're getting and everything. And then I will show it to them like this, and I'll say, in a minute, we're going to play a game, and I'm going to pass out catalogs and order forms. But if you already know that you want to have everything that you see here, then when I hand out your order form, all you have to do is write down starter kit. You will get everything that you see here. It's $129. It's a really great value. It's about a $400 value, but you're gonna get it for $129. And what that means when you get a starter kit is that you can have the option of doing Scentsy with me, or if you don't want to actually do Scentsy with me, you are welcome to stay on board. You are considered active for 12 months. You have 12 months, and you'll get all of your own purchases. You will get 20% commission on all the orders that you place for yourself for 12 months. So that would be my first thing. Now it's going to be hard to see in here. I don't know why my camera is not doing very well, but you'll see here I have a little highlighted spot up the top, and I have highlighted here and here. So I always use proper order forms because we have the buyer's agreement on the back, and it's really a best business practice to do so. So I need them to fill in everything that is highlighted. Okay, so I let them know that before I hand out their lap boards. And I say to them, there's this little spot at the top that you will see is highlighted. And what I need you to do is either put yes or no. And the question I need you to answer in that spot is, if Sally decides that she wants to do Scentsy with me, she's going to need to do 6 practice parties. If you're willing to be one of her 6 practice parties, if you can just write yes at the top of that, and if you'd really rather not, that's okay, you just write no. But please don't write maybe, because we'll assume a maybe is a yes. Okay, so then I can put everything back into this bag. The bag comes in the starter kit, right? So I'm literally showing them that everything that they need to have a successful business, they are going to get in their starter kit. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do before I hand out catalogs, so I'm giving them a minute to think about if they want to be a practice party, and I'm showing them how easy it is. I brought it all in one bag. I am not lugging things back and forth to the car, like that's crazy bananas. Nobody wants that. I let them know too that I'm there to do my job, and they probably came for a girls' night out, and I'm going to be leaving in 30 minutes from the start time. So if it started at 7, I'm leaving at 7:30. If it started at 7:30, I'm leaving at 8. And from there, they can stay and they can hang out and they can have wine or whatever, chat with the girls. But my job will be done at that point and I will get home. Okay, so this is a copy of my lap board. I will show you what it is. So this is actually, those are the starter kit options. Okay, and what it is that it's a folder, it's a binder. Okay, so it's a 3 ring binder, and I have cut out the 3 rings. Okay, so then I get 2 lap boards for every 3 ring binder that I got from the dollar store. You want to make sure that they're pocket folders so you can put something in the back. My business, I'm always trying to sponsor, so that's why I have my starter kit options in the back. If you want to, you could use, doesn't matter, you could use a flyer, you could have your monthly specials, your warmer and scent of the month in the back. Whatever you would like can go in the back, but I like to have the starter kits. And then here you can see, so I have our QR code at the top if anyone wants to see anything that we have in clearance. Sorry, that probably needs to be replaced. And then it's a pocket folder. So on the bottom, now these I've had honestly for over 10 years. So that's why it has kind of like old logo stuff, but ask me about fundraisers. It has our contact information. It has our order form, which I've highlighted, which I've showed you. It has a catalog, and it has the scent and warmer of the month, as well as a pen. So this just makes it easier for them to have on their lap to fill it in. Okay. Now, one of the things that I do not have with me are testers. I have found that over the past 12 years, testers are really not necessary. Our descriptions are all in the catalog. And I let them know that when I'm placing their order, like I say, you can just fill out whatever you're looking for on your order form. I'll make sure you get the best deal. As far as fragrances, if you're doing a 6-pack, you can let me know, do you love fruity? Do you love floral? Do you love masculine scents? And I can help you pick if you don't know from the descriptions. And if you get something you're not crazy about, don't worry about it. I'm happy to swap it out. So you're never stuck with anything. But that way it just makes it really simple. Because what I found happens was, it's kind of like if you have kids, the worst thing you can do is take them to an ice cream store, right? Because there's so many options that kids get overwhelmed and they can't decide what they're going to have. It's the same thing with our Scentsy parties. Okay, so if I had somebody who really insisted that she really, really wants to smell testers, I would say, you know what, when you get a starter kit, you're going to get all of the testers right in there, and you can have, that's like 1 cube of every fragrance that we have available, and you're going to love that. Or I can drop off the testers separately. I would really encourage them to host a party, but honestly, I have found that I don't offer testers anymore, and people don't care. They don't need to see testers. They either love fruity stuff or they don't. They love citrusy ones, or they say 6 fruity and 6 citrusy or whatever, because it's actually my job to make sure that they're happy with their product. So I'm going to make sure I'm picking ones that I know they're going to like. If they happen to get one they are not crazy about, no problem. I can swap it out anyways, because bear in mind, you're doing these parties. They're going to be close enough to you, right? So it's very, very easy to do. So I do that. And now before I hand those out, I do play a game with them. Okay. So I say, okay, we're going to play a little game and I have a little prize. So everybody, if you want to go ahead and pull out your cell phone, because you know everyone's going to have a phone on them, right? So ask them all to pull out their cell phone and they are going to send you a text. And the person you get these instructions from first is going to win a little something. Okay, so what they have to do is I ask them to put their first and their last name, and they are going to put their host's name, and then they're going to pick a number between 11 and 15. Okay, so first name, last name, host's first name, and pick a number between 11 and 15. Doesn't matter what number, it doesn't matter if they're repeated, but that's what you're going to do. And then you're going to send it to my address, my phone number. So this is what I show them: your name, first and last name, your host first name, a number from 11 to 15. And then I'll show them, this obviously is not my phone number, but I will give them my phone number. And then the first person who I get the text from, thank you so much, that was so fun. Jane, you get this scent circle. This you can hang in your car or you can put by your garbage can. You just want to make sure it's free hanging. Now, one of the things I do like to do in this instance, and again, you could do a chocolate bar. It doesn't have to be a Scentsy product. I do like to do Scentsy products, but the main thing here is that you never want to give them something that they have to buy something else in order to use. Okay, because the very worst thing you could do is say, oh, you get a free bar of your choice, and they're like, oh, so I have to buy a warmer to use that bar. And if you go back to our core values of authenticity, simplicity, and generosity, it's not very generous to give them something that has a catch, right? So I like to give them something that they can start using that day. They can use it on their way home. Just a little, it's inexpensive. It is part of my business expenses that I have budgeted for, so it's totally fine with me. So that's what I send. So that's what I give them, sorry. And then I say, okay, for your number between 11 and 15, and this is a personal special, okay? So you can choose to do whatever you want. You could say, okay, so let's look in here. I probably wouldn't use something like this. I would take something separate, but you could say, when you host a party in the next 2 weeks, I'm going to gift you with a mini fan diffuser of your choice for the price that you sent me. So if you sent me 15, and this is normally 20, you're going to save $5. You're going to get this for $15 instead of $20. Or you could do a fragrance flower, which is one of the ones that I like to do. So a fragrance flower is normally 21, and they can get it for between 11 and $15. Okay, so it just incentivizes them to host a party. Ideally in the next 2 weeks, that's when I like to do mine. I like to have all of my parties I like to have done 2 weeks apart. Now, I have done hostess coaching, and I've let my host know that part of her like host rewards is that for every party that is booked from her party, she's going to get a bonus item at 50% off. So I know that. And so she is looking around the room and she's trying to get her friends to want to host parties as well. And so she'll at that point pipe up and say, oh, if you host a party, I'll come. And then I will say, I'll come too, because psychologically they now are aware that 2 people are going to show up. I personally like to have 6 to 8 people at my parties in the first place. I don't really like more than 8. And so if I have a host who has like 16 friends, I'll say, oh, awesome. Like, let's do one on Monday night and one on Wednesday night. And then you can have half at one and half at the other. And then they get a perpetual item at their own second party, right? So that should make sense. If you have any questions, please drop them below, just so that I can answer those. I will be, again, linking below the video on how to do your hostess coaching and your hostess packages. But if you have any other questions, please don't hesitate to let me know and I'll respond to those. And if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to my channel so that you're aware of the next time that I post a video. You want to click that little bell. I thank you so much for watching.